Welcome back, students, to the part 2 of our environment chapter. In this video, we are going to discuss about how we affect the environment. Human activities can have a harmful effect on the environment. A large number of environmental problems arise due to the waste we generate and the substances that we release into the environment. Anything which is of no use to us or which we throw away is called waste. Waste includes sewage and garbage. Used water and the waste material produced by human bodies are carried away through underground pipes as sewage. Garbage refers to the solid household waste that we throw away regularly. So this is garbage and this picture shows sewage. Garbage may have food scraps, paper, plastic materials, polythene, packing materials, wood, glass and a host of items. Classification of waste materials. Waste materials can be classified into biodegradable and non-biodegradable materials. Materials that get broken down by living organisms are called biodegradable waste. Materials that cannot be broken down by living organisms are called non-biodegradable waste. Biodegradable substances are substances of plant or animal origin such as paper, wood, cotton, food materials and sewage. These wastes can be broken down into similar natural substances by decomposes. Metal, plastics, DDT, detergents, certain dye, etc. are examples for non-biodegradable waste. They remain unchanged in the environment for a long time. Since they don't decompose, they keep on adding up and finally they choke the drains. Detergents, dyes get into the soil and water bodies and harm the organisms living there. Now, management of garbage and sewage. First, about garbage. It involves collecting, transporting, and disposing waste. Garbage is collected by municipal bodies or private agencies collecting garbage. Garbage disposal bins are provided. There may be separate bins for biodegradable kitchen waste and for recyclable materials like paper, glass, metals and plastic. Now here you can see the process of collecting waste and also transporting and the different types of dustbin which is provided. When separate bins are not provided, rag pickers pick out plastic, paper, etc. from the garbage and sell them to people who recycle the materials. Transporting garbage. Collected garbage is transported to disposal site by special trucks or tractors. Disposing waste. Recyclable solid waste is sent for recycling. Rest is used to fill up land at the landfill site. Sometimes solid waste is burnt, especially hospital waste and waste which pollute soil. Modes of garbage disposal. First one is incineration. Burning of waste on high temperature to form ash. It is carried out in an incinerator. It is used to destroy household, chemical and biological waste. Second one, open dumping. A conventional method in which solid waste are dumped in selected areas. It causes pollution. Landfilling. Wastes are dumped in low-lying lands and are compacted by rolling with bulldozers. Composting. Organic waste are filled into a compost pit. It is then covered with a thin layer of soil. After about 3 months, the garbage filled inside the pit changes into organic manure. Recycling. The solid waste is broken down into its constituents, simple materials. These materials are then used to make new items. Even non-biodegradable solid waste like plastic, metal can be recycled. Last one, reuse. A very simple conventional technique of using an item again and again. Now, management of garbage and sewage. We are discussing about sewage. Sewage is carried by pipes to sewage treatment plants. There the sewage is filtered and the organic material in the sewage is allowed to settle down and decompose in large tanks. Water coming out of it is clean and is released into water bodies. In some places, sewage is used to produce biogas. Here you can see a sewage treatment plant, and this is a biogas plant. Now let us discuss how this waste is going to affect our environment. First, about eutrophication. Eutrophication is when a body of water becomes overly enriched with minerals and nutrients which induce excessive growth of algae. This results in oxygen depletion of the water body. This is often induced by the discharge of nitrates or phosphates containing detergent, fertilizers, or sewage into an aquatic system. In the first peak, you can see excessive growth of algae. This is known as algal bloom. And in the second peak, you can see the dead body of a fish because of this excessive growth of algae. Next is biological oxygen demand. It is the amount of dissolved oxygen needed by aerobic organisms to break down organic matter present in the water. Low BOD is an indicator of good quality water, while high BOD indicates polluted water. Biomagnification. Producers like plants and algae take in nutrients from their surroundings. Sometimes they take harmful chemicals along with other nutrients. These harmful chemicals include compounds of mercury and chemicals like DDT. These chemicals cannot be broken down by plants and other organisms. So chemicals accumulate in their bodies. Since organisms at a higher trophic level eat many lower level organisms, the amount of chemicals entering their bodies increases. Thus, as the chemical pass on from one level to the next in the food chain, the amount of chemicals accumulated in organism at each level increases. The progressive increase in the accumulation of a harmful substance in organisms at successively higher trophic level is called biological magnification or biomagnification. So let us see this figure where you can see water. The amount of DDT in the water is written as 0.003 ppm, parts per million. When it moves to the next level of the food chain, zooplanktons have 0.04 ppm of DDT. Next level, small fish, DDT content is 0.5 ppm. In the large fish, the DDT content is 2 ppm. And in the last trophic level, that is birds, the DDT content is 5 ppm. So he can see here, as the food chain trophic level increases, the amount of pollutants accumulated in the body of the organism also increases. And this is known as biomagnification. Let's move on to the next figure. In that also you can see how magnification of DDT concentration as the trophic level increases in the food chain. Now about CFCs and ozone hole. Ozone is made up of 3 atoms of oxygen. Importance of ozone layer: protection from UV radiation. Harmful effects of UV radiation: it causes skin cancer and cataract. It also affects plant life. Formation of ozone. Ozone is formed at higher levels of the atmosphere. When UV radiation falls on oxygen molecules, it splits molecular oxygen into free oxygen atoms. These atoms combine with molecular oxygen to form ozone. Here you can see the formation of ozone. Higher up in the atmosphere, UV radiation helps to split oxygen molecule into oxygen atoms. One of the oxygen atom again react with oxygen molecule to form ozone. So this is how ozone is formed. Depletion of ozone layer. Ozone layer is being depleted due to the release of compounds like CFCs. CFC is made up of carbon, fluorine and chlorine. It is used in AC, refrigerators, aerosol sprays, shaving foams, etc. In the atmosphere, they break down to form chlorine atoms. These chlorine atoms react with ozone to form oxygen. Protecting our planet starts with you. Reduce, reuse, and recycle. Volunteer for cleanups in your community. Educate. Help others understand the importance and value of our natural resources. Conserve water. The less water you use, the less runoff and wastewater that eventually end up in the ocean. Choose sustainable. Shop wisely. Plant a tree. Don't send chemicals into our waterways. Harmful effects of biodegradable and non-biodegradable substances. The waste destroys the natural beauty and our surroundings become dirty. Decomposition of these waste result in the production of foul smell which spreads to the surrounding areas. Waste may also block the drains creating pool of waste which becomes the breeding site of mosquitoes. The latter is carriers of diseases like malaria and dengue. How to prevent ozone layer depletion? Buy air conditioning and refrigeration equipment that don't have CFC. Buy aerosol products that don't use CFC as propellants. Regular inspection and maintenance of air conditioning and refrigeration appliances will help us to reduce depletion of ozone layer. Here we come to the end of this chapter. Thank you for watching.